Alright, first off, let me say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Rashai, Bashem Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles of GMS and all your brothers in the highways and the byways, doing the work of the Most High in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. Alright, this is a brother Awar again with another video. But this video is directly to a brother, that's been texting me for a while now, that's been talking to me for a while now regarding the embargo. And another brother used to go at the school in New York, right? But he's saying that the mark of the beast is basically an embargo, or whatever the may look for again, or a sanction where the government take out and other people. So if if you take them deal or whatever, anything like that, well, basically they must say that are the mark of the beast. Zine. So today I'm sending a text can give me in Revelation 13, Zine, and 17. You must say which one I'm going to take. If I'm going to take the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, or basically I must say if I'm going to take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, or the name, if that is another thing, because it's the name which I'm going to go into the scripture, Zine, and show you where the brother I get at, Zine, and then I'm going to show you where that I'm going to show you everything where where the elders and teachers through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And if you're gonna get the full understanding when time I teach it now, it don't make no sense, eh? See, but first I'm going to the scripture. The scripture is very important. Alright, this is 2 Timothy 2, verse 15. Alright, let me start at 13. He says, if we believe not, yet he abideth faithfully, he cannot deny himself. Of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words with to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Right? So going at some things when it really make no sense when you yourself do research and say this don't make no sense, because the scripture tell you what is the mark of the beast, and it tell you about buying and selling. Zine, it tell you everything. Right? It said no man shall buy or sell save he that have the mark. Right? Well, say you're going on differently from that. Why I try? Because hey, you know, like a couple man, or you know, like a certain man teacher, you have something against another man, and you got think something different. You got to say, look, where them teach and they're the same, and I hate that, you know. See, and you shut up your ears from hearing the truth, yeah. See, it said, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. Zine, it's a study to show yourself approved. Zine, and hey, it's a workman need not to be ashamed. Who are the workman, yeah? We are the workman, we're in the vineyard. We're in the vineyard of work. We are sow the field right now. We are sow this word, which is a seed into the minds of the elect. Zine, so we do their work. And what the tool of work with the scriptures. Zine, where we have to do mostly reading. Now, if you're going to read something, Zine, and you don't know the meaning of the words that you've been reading, hey, you need to go into the meaning of the words. It don't make no sense you read if you don't know the meaning of the word or something. Right? If you're going to read a book, you need to go into the words, especially when the language that you read in the book in was translated from a different language. Because I know the English language mess up. See, the English language mess up, so you have to go back into the words of the book, the words where the book that you're reading come from, so you can get the right and the true understanding, and so you rightly divide the word of truth. And the Most High have to give you the spirit of understanding. If the Most High don't give you that spirit, you will never understand the scriptures when you read them. It no matter how much word you want to go into. Right? So if you can't get it, it was just not made for you. It was not made for you to get. Right? Alright. Let's go to the scripture where the brother sent to me this morning. Or last night rather. Revelation 13 verse 17. Right? And I'm going to show you the same way how the elders them show us. Right? Because the elder, especially the Gabarim, always say, go into the words. Go into the words, know the meaning of the words. It makes sense to read on the surface. English language is a very weak language. If you not go back into the words that the Bible, the scriptures was written in, you're going to miss out. And not enough understanding you're not going to get. Because how people read, how people operate these days, them have the meaning. Even me used to operate that way. Right? Me have a meaning when me think. Because, hey, when me look up no further, the meaning when me think it mean and that it mean, yeah? I don't know what it mean until me really go into the words. I say I never know the meaning that this have. I never know that this mean. Alright? Alright, so this is what he's saying. I'm read the scripture. It's Revelation 13 verse 17. He's saying that no man might buy or sell save he that at the mark. No, he's saying that we say the mark is the RFID chip. Right? Which is right. Right? But him don't believe that. So he must say that is one thing. He say R, the name of the beast. So he must say, oh, which one we are going to get? We are going to get the mark of the beast or the name of the beast. See? And if you read it like that, you are very simple and you cannot read. And you don't have understanding. Right? It's a or the number of his name. No. It's a here is wisdom, but he never finish read, obviously. Here is wisdom because I got through this with him already. Right? Because the mark of the beast, the number of his name is the same thing. It's talking about the same thing. It's all referring to the same thing, which is the RFID chip. Right? Because the here is wisdom, let him that at understanding quote the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man, of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6, which is Chi Psi Stigma in the Greek. Right? So the number of the name, the mark of the beast, the mark, all of that is referring to the same thing. Right? So we're going to go into the number of his name, which is 603 square and 6, just like how the elders taught us. Right? And you're going to fully understand that, look, what the scripture called the mark of the beast and the RFID chip, you're going to realize that it is the same thing. The scripture break it down perfectly so you can understand. Alright? Alright, let me go into the Strong's. First, you're going to the mark. Alright. This is the word mark in the Hebrew, in the Greek, Salakia, sorry. It's a stamp, an imprinted mark, right? It's of the mark, stamp on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. It's the mark branded upon horses, different way you use mark, things carved, sculptured, graven work, or idolatrous work. Right? So you talk about a stamp, something you're going to mark your skin or mark wherever. Them will mark wherever they're going to put whatever device into you. Right? Now, we're going to the root word which part the word charagma come from. Now, The root word for charagma is charax. Charax. Zine, it means a peel or a stake. No, you know a peel or a stake. You know a stake them use that pointed, that sharp pointed stick them use and punch at the heart of vampire to kill them. Right? We see them when we use out here now in the earth when we make the sharp pointy object, point the end of the stick to stick into the ground so yam can grow on it. Or other plant we have vines, so we make a sharp pointy end of the stick and we stick it into the earth so whatever grow on it. So it's talk about the same thing, a peel or a stake. Right? Now, when we refer to a peel or a stake, what you talk about? They talk about the syringe where them going to use and insert in your hand. That going to cause the mark. That going to cause the charagma. Right? So it going to go inside, it going to bore your skin. In order for it to bore the skin, it must have a pointed end. Right? Now we are going to go into the root word for charagma. Now something is going to mark a skin, bore it, go into it, right? The root word for charax is grapho. It means to write with reference to the form of a letter. Now, when time that palisade or that peel or that stake bore on, which is the syringe, right? It will cause a mark, right? And what is going to be on that thing? Because if they're going to bore your hand or wherever on your body they're going to put it, the scripture say into the right hand or in the forehead, right? That device that is going to go into and it is going to have all your references, all your written information, which is the word grapho, and this is plain and clear as day, right? So all your written information, and they are there. You can go into the words for yourself. All the written information is going to be on that device that they're going to insert into your hand. Right? Let me just jump back out here real quick. Now, the name of the beast and the number of his name. Let us go into that. Right? And it is what? 603 score and 6. Now let us see what that is in the Greek. It is chi psi stigma. All right. No, the last 6, because chi. Hold on, go find it for you. All right, chi is 600, sty is 60, and stigma is 666. Right? We're going to go into the word stigma, the last 6 at the end. Right? It's a mark, a prick in a brand upon the body. To ancient Oriental usage, slave and soldiers bore the name of the stamp of their master, or command, branded or pricked. No, this simply, it go back to the same thing. We go prick you, we go brand you, we go bore you. Zine, that syringe. Zine, prick cut into their bodies to indicate what master general they belong to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with a token of their gods. Right? So when I go down to the Strong's, it means to stick or to prick. A mark, to incise or punched. Right? So, hey, if I can't get that, then the Most High blind you. If I can't get that, the Most High blind you, you're supposed to get it, yeah? Right? Alright, let's go to two other mark in the Old Testament. First one is Ezekiel, because this is how the English language weak, because them use mark for everything, right? Them use mark for everything, right? That just one word is spelled the same way, but it means different thing. And when you read in the Hebrew, a different language, whatever you're doing, you're going to get a different word for that, right? All right, the one in Ezekiel is Ezekiel 9, verse 4. It said, the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Now, when you look up that mark, in the Hebrew is tawa, which means desire, a mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. Right? So this mark is tawa, which means exemption from judgment. Right? So the Most High mark the men that are on the highways and the byways, right? Reproving, rebuking. Right? Which means exemption from judgment. That what that mark mean. Right? The next one I'm going to is in Leviticus 19, verse 28. Alright, it says, ye shall not make any cutting in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Now let us see what the chance of that mark is. Is kwai. In the Hebrew, kwai. It means incision, imprintment, tattoo, mark. Right? Hey, and that is plain as day, yeah? That is plain as day. Right? So you have two different mark that is talking about two different things. Right? It means an incision, yeah? Kwai. Right? So if you can't get that, then the Most High really and truly blind you. Right? And you was not made to get it. So I'm not go too far in the breakdown here because it is too simple. Right? So with that, I want to say praises again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, the blood and the apostles of GMS, and all your brothers in the highways and the byways in the work of the Most High in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.